Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I am Liz Quinn, your lead Scentsy consultant. So today I have for you just another round of weekly what I have been warming, and since we're in the middle of January of 2023, I've got a few bring back my bars that we can discuss, plus just a lot of regular melting that I have been enjoying. It finally got cold this week, you guys, so I was able to throw in a little bit of like midwinter melting. I did a little bit of citrusy melting because I'm also not really ready for spring, but kind of over some of the really heavy winter scents, and there's quite the mixed bag here on the table today to talk about. So let's get started with one of the most classic, wonderful bars that's in my club. And if you have not watched my January melting basket, I talk about a lot of my club favorites that I really have held on to for a long time, and or I can see myself holding on to for a long time, even if they're recent additions. One of those is the beautiful sweet plum pastry. This is a great bar. This is what you call a cult classic. In other words, there's a group of people that are so devoted to this particular scent, and there is a reason why sweet plum pastry is so beloved. If you have the perfect bar, and this wasn't too old, because sometimes I hold on to mine a little bit long. It wasn't too sweet, it wasn't too anything, it was just pitch perfectly beautiful. And what is in this is a truly subtle pastry note. It's not like pie crust all the way, but it's more pastry than, say, your baked apple pie. And then it has these bubbly plum juices and that scent that you get when you are baking fruit in the oven. It is very, very cozy. And this particular bar also had a little bit of almost like a creaminess, a richness to it. It was exactly what I remember this being back in the day when I first fell in love with it. And of course, I heard hype from everybody for years. And it's been in my club. At first, I had 2 bars quarterly, and we didn't go through them fast enough. So now I'm just down to 1 bar quarterly. But it is a craveable bar, and it's fantastic. So this, I had emptied the whole clam all over the house. And then just to support it a little bit with some bakery, we used some of the beautiful Oats and Honey in, I think, a few mini warmers or just in a couple of rooms. And Oats and Honey is really good with something like sweet plum pastry because it's not going to fight the fruit notes, it's going to complement them. So this is just a really nice, rich, medium to sometimes even medium light bakery bar, but it's very pleasant. It lasts a good couple of days. So both of these I probably could have left in the warmer like overnight into the next day and melted it until lunchtime of the second day, and I would have been fine. I almost always change my wax every morning, depends on how crazy life is, but the Oats and Honey was just a really nice, gentle, warm, golden, delicious bakery scent to go with it. So another day, I really wanted to finish up my clam of the beautiful Autumn Blaze Maple, which is current Bring Back My Bar. This is one of my just top bars for Bring Back My Bar, but I am a maple apple bourbon lover. This is like maple apple bourbon light. So if you don't like that super heavy maple, almost oaky note in maple apple bourbon, but you kind of like it, you might love this. So this just, made the house rich and warm. And it is a fall smell, yes, but because it's got more oak and maple than like pumpkin, I feel like, especially if you put it with the bar that I had alternate warmers going with it, which is the beautiful toasted acorn and oak, that you could do this anytime for cold weather. And I really enjoyed this last week. So toasted acorn and oak has the acorn, it's got the oak, it has this lovely, just golden, toasty quality, almost like a butteriness. And the two of these together were perfect. Medium to sometimes medium strong, swirling in the room, in the air. Oh, just one of the best. Very much a favorite for me personally, something I will be reaching for next fall quite a lot, I'm sure. So the toasted acorn and oak will go into my club in February, and the Autumn Blaze Maple's already there. So those are fantastic. And then in the Florida room, because I did finally get the Christmas stuff down out there, the only room left is the basement. I've still got to work on that. I'll get there. But the back room, I sort of winterized it, and I wanted to just melt something that was complementary to the toasted acorn and oak, and that was definitely the caramel chestnut, which is rich and roasty, toasty, and warm. Did have caramel chestnut melting in the Florida room, and it was really, really nice out there, and it went beautifully with the Autumn Blaze Maple and the toasted acorn and oak, all along the same lines of just warm, sweet, rich fall scents. So another thing that I was doing this last week was a lot of apple one day because, as I told you, it was nice and cold. So I used a little bit of apple and cinnamon sticks in my dining room area. And this one of the three is the more, I guess you could say, savory one of these 3 bars. So this has white oak and pumpkin and apple, and most of the time I think of it more as like an early fall scent, but I just didn't want it to be too sweet because I'm also going to show you I was doing maple apple bourbon and baked apple pie. So this was a nice kind of balance on that. Now that is not a scent that I'm going to club. I don't even know if I'm going to get another bar of it. It's very nice, but it's not one that always makes me say wow, and it's not one that I would really, really miss if they pulled it from the lineup next fall. But maple apple bourbon itself is one that I really, really like. I love the way it makes my home smell. It's good and strong. It's got apple, it's got bourbon, it's got maple. It's very rich. And it just always really makes me happy. And it lasts forever. This would probably go 2 or 3 days in the house at a good medium strong at first and then a steady medium for the last couple days. Excellent bang for your buck bar, good performer. And I wanted a little bit more sweet and spicy apple to support that, so I used some of the beautiful baked apple pie too. And that was just, I did a lot of really wonderful melts where I got the right bars in the right places this last week. It was so good. So, and then baked apple pie is mostly just like spiced apple pie filling, and it was beautiful. So another day, I was evaluating a couple more of the Bring Back My Bars. Fried ice cream. I really think I'm just going to make sure that I have a few bars of this. I don't think I'm going to club it. I like it a lot, but I have so many bakery bars, and I am going to club Sticky Cinnamon Bun for sure. So this one has caramel, it's got cinnamon, it's got some creaminess, it has a little bit of that fried cornflake essence in the background that is a fried ice cream, and it's very good. And I did that in alternate warmers with Sticky Cinnamon Bun just to see, is it so good that I want them both in my club? It was great because I love cinnamon and I love creamy, but I think Sticky Cinnamon Bun with anything that would be caramely or anything that would be vanilla and caramel will be fine, because the Sticky Cinnamon Bun is similar to fried ice cream. Not quite as rich. It's more cinnamon and vanilla frosting, and to me it is very cinnamon forward, yes, but it has a lot of creamy vanilla with the cinnamon. So for me, it is a bakery cinnamon, but it borders on a Red Hot, and I love it because of that, and it lasts for a couple days, so I really like this bar, and it's in my club. All right, there was one day where we had a good amount of snow. It was nice and crispy cold, so I got a few of my winter bars out. Swirling Snowflakes, I did put in my club. I don't know if I'm going to keep it there because so many other things are going to need to go in when the catalog retires in February. But man, is this good. It's icy with eucalyptus flower and I think a little bit of mint, and it was just beautiful. That's what made me club this. It's beautiful, it's medium throw, it lasts a long time, it's very elegant, and I did like it a lot. But I also have a pile of Sleigh All Day in my basement, which I didn't even really touch this Christmas. I'm just starting to work on it. And this is similar, a little stronger with some juniper, but it's along the same lines of the Swirling Snowflakes. And like I said, I have a ton of this. So this one is a little bit stronger, a little bit more like you have a bunch of actual juniper boughs in your hand and you're out in the snowy wonderland. So pretty, and the two of those together were great. And then in the Florida room, I wanted to use up some of my stack of Mighty Pine because I didn't really get to melting this around Christmas because there were so many other good things, Sweet Orange and Evergreen specifically. But Mighty Pine, this is a really good January pine scent. It's got lavender and mountain air, and it's crisp and sharp and nice and strong. I love it, and I'm glad that I have quite a bit of it. It's not in my club at this point, but it's really good. So those were good, and then I decided I needed a day where I was thinking a little more springy. So I have some citrus here. We did the green tea smoothie in the dining room. Now this one sort of got overtaken by the other scents, and I wondered if it would. It was a good supporting actor, but if I really want to just smell the ginger and the cranberry and the green tea, I probably need to put this in my bedroom or the Florida room with the doors closed. This is a current Bring Back My Bar. I really like it. It's got a matcha green tea note plus a little bit of ginger, the cranberry, and the peach, and it's sweet and beautiful and fresh, and I really liked it. But here's one that I know is very much up for debate this month. Here is the scent of the month for this January 2023. Pineapple Rose. And people are complaining that all they can smell is rose, or people seem to be loving it. I'm loving it. I get the Meyer Lemon, I get the sweetness of pineapple. I don't really get a strong pineapple note, but I get the sweetness of it. And then you get that little bit of blushing rose. Oh, it's good. It's such a good performer too. I put this out in the Florida room, just 1 cube in each of the 2 warmers out there, even though it was very cold. And you could smell it for 2 days. It was strong, it was elegant, it was, for me, relaxing with that blend of those 3 notes. I loved it. So then in the front room, I was doing bamboo yuzu. And the bamboo yuzu has been in my club from last summer. Being that there are so many different green bars to evaluate right now, so I've got the bamboo yuzu, I'm thinking about Flower Shop, I've got green tea smoothie in there. I'm not going to club cucumber lime or do anything with it. That one's too strong for me. If you love strong green scents, get some cucumber lime. It just isn't for me. It's a little too much. But the bamboo yuzu is sweetness with that Japanese yuzu lime and a little bit of a woody bamboo note. I love it, and it made me very happy. In the long run, though, I need to know that a cocoa lime is coming back. I'll pull that and I'll keep this. If for some reason cocoa lime were to be retired, I don't think I want to carry them both in my club, and I'd probably give this one the boots, but we'll know that in February. Okay, and then today out here in the main space. All right, guys, you said give coconut pumpkin pie another chance. I did. Does nothing for me. I'm sorry, it must just be my house. I get waxy, watered down coconut gingerbread. And there's not a very flattering description of this bar, and I try not to be harsh or brutal because someone will love this, but it doesn't work in my house. And this is the second bar. I've tried it in all sorts of different spaces. This one and hazelnut latte, unfortunately, are probably the most disappointing for me, where other people have had success in this bring back my bar round. So can't do this one. I don't even think I'm going to grab another bar because I'm just not getting what I want to get out of this. I tried. It was decent, but definitely not worth getting a stack or putting it in my club. But cinnamon buttercream is going in a lot of warmers today, and this is wonderful. It's rich and it's mellow and it's kind of sweet, with that mascarpone cheese and that pinch of cinnamon coffee cake note. Very, very nice. And in alternating warmers, I've got it with maple rum cake. Oh, you guys, it's so good. It's like you're baking a deep, dark spice cake and you're making the frosting and you're putting them together. Oh, it's so good. So maple rum cake is one of those that you must warm. It doesn't smell great in the clam. It's just a really deep, low-level spice cake scent that lasts in your house for a couple of days, and it's lovely. So that was everything in the main spaces. Now, in the basement, I just haven't been down there all that much. My husband is a carpet cleaner by trade, and he definitely slows down when it gets cold outside. Not as many people want their doors open and everything. So he's kind of been taking up space in the basement, if you know what I mean, using the TV and all that. So I haven't been down there all that much. I got some Cashmere Corduroy in one of the warmers for a couple days. I can still smell that coming up through the vents because this is a solid bar. This is one that I'll tell you, in the next few weeks, I'm trying to think of some videos to do to highlight the good things in our current catalog that are going to go away that you may want to try if you haven't, and you will want to club if you've fallen in love with them. Cashmere Corduroy is a standout bar from either 2 or 3 fall-winter seasons ago. It's phenomenal. It has Sicilian bergamot, it's got cashmere, it's got these really wonderful complex notes, and it lasts. So this is always at the top of people's lists for performance and scent appeal. It is very, very good, and if you have not tried it, please do so before it goes away. And I also had in a few warmers a little bit of Aussi Plum because this is an old bar from Bring Back My Bar, and I just wanted to get this done downstairs, so I put it in the laundry room for sure, and then I think I had a cube and a mini warmer in the main space down there, and it's so pretty. I think I have one more full bar of this, and this is one where the performance wasn't awesome or I would have kept it in my club. It's a beautiful, beautiful plum with vanilla and a little bit of almost like a orange juice to me in the background. I don't know if that's really there, but it's gorgeous. And then if you melt it in the same warmer as Simply Vanilla, it lasts a lot longer. It's beautiful. So I enjoyed a couple of cubes of that in the basement. And then between my bedroom and my daughter's bedrooms, we had a few things going here. So I had 2 cubes of my first bar of crumb top left. So I used this in my bedroom yesterday. Beautiful. Very, very nice smell. So if you're looking for a golden brown bakery scent that isn't heavy on the oats, I think that's in the description, but I get mostly like golden brown streusel out of this. It's really lovely. It's the best the first few hours though to me. I think this one turns a tad as it goes longer in the warmers, but it's so pretty. And it is a good supporting actor for other nice scents in the rooms. Beautiful. Another day, and here's probably the award for the bar that ended up in my club that I wasn't going to club because the performance was fabulous, and that is vanilla cream. So I have Simply Vanilla in my bi-monthly. I usually feel like I'm going to be out of it before I can get more. Vanilla cream is very much like Simply Vanilla. To me, it's thicker, richer, heavier in the scent. And it isn't all the way to vanilla bean buttercream by any means. It's much closer to Simply Vanilla. It's supposed to have coconut milk in it. I really, really wonder if we get a genuine like coconut scent that's not body care, that's not floral, they don't mess it up. Not even coconut palm, because I could try it with coconut palm, but for me that was kind of a disappointing bar. This one with coconut would make a coconut cream pie smell. It would be amazing. Oh, but this is such good vanilla. It lasted and lasted and lasted. And I've heard at least 1 or 2 other YouTube reviewers say this thing for a vanilla is long lasting and a powerhouse, and they are right. I was incredibly impressed. So this one's in my quarterly. So I'll get my bi-monthly of Simply Vanilla, and I'll get my quarterly of vanilla cream, and I'll have plenty of vanilla to go around for the whole year. Really good. If you do not have Simply Vanilla, put this one in your club. And then if down the road Simply Vanilla gets voted back, you can choose if you want, but it's impressive. It's good. It's solid. It's rich. Very nice bar, and I'm glad that I melted it again. This is why usually as reviewers we do 2 rounds of melts at least on any of these Bring Back My bars, because sometimes it'll surprise you the second time. That was excellent, and it wouldn't die in my warmers either. I had a couple cubes in my bedroom for several days. Okay, another one that I used in my bedroom, and this one I was evaluating for clubbing in February, is the beautiful Cozy Cardigan. We forget about this bar. It needs to go back in my club. Oh, is it good? I love this in body care, by the way. This is my favorite body care scent. I wish they would do this in laundry. Cozy Cardigan with its rose, and it's not rose like the scary rose that some of the other smells have. If you've never tried Cozy Cardigan and you like anything that's sort of suede or musk, please try it. So it's got the blushing rose, the amber silk. It's its own smell. Kind of like Cashmere Corduroy is totally unique, so is this. Both of those I was evaluating to see, do I club or not club? I got a club. They're so good. So, this is the perfect bedroom, medium-sized space, relaxing, cuddly, middle of the fall, middle of the winter, middle of anything when you need comfort scent. So good. All right, in one of my children's rooms, I put in the Frozen, the North Calls. This is so pretty. This is the most interesting mix of lily and marine, and there might be citrus in here. I don't remember the notes. It's gorgeous. I'm not going to club it because this is not the type of scent I'll run through a lot of, but I might want to get another bar or 2. It's beautiful. Light and elegant scent that's really good for the winter time. Like if you want a floral but it's winter, this is really nice. So enjoyed that very much. And then I was having some trouble in my bedroom. I didn't put all the clamshells in here because if I just dump it out and don't use it, I don't even really consider it a melt. So I had white grapefruit going yesterday. Now, mind you, my husband and I have very different backgrounds. He came from the city. He came from a different kind of background. He comes into our room, and I'm sorting laundry and working on this mess that was in our closet, and he's like, it smells a little bit like marijuana in here. I'm like, I have a grapefruit scent going. He's like, get rid of it. So white grapefruit didn't make it into my melting basket empties because it was gone immediately. So I tried a couple other things. Those weren't great either. And I ended up with Walnut Raisin Muffin for this morning. It was kind of funny. And this one's wonderful. This is just mellow. Rum Raisin Cookie is very spicy and very bakery with a little bit of raisin. Walnut Raisin Muffin is mellowness and happiness with a little bit of bakery and some walnuts. This is such a good smell if you want to de-stress but you want bakery. It's fantastic in October. It was released as an October scent of the month. And I've got it going happily in my room, and nobody's complaining at this point. So that was the last thing that I did before I started the camera rolling for today. I hope that you guys are having wonderful melts, that you're evaluating your Bring Back My Bars. If you have any questions for the last, this is the 16th, so we got about 2 weeks left before the Bring Back My Bars will go away. Feel free to email me or ask questions down below in the comments. You can watch some of the other reviewers. Robin H. has finally gotten her reviews up because her, poor woman, those bars came so late for her. Just get everybody's opinion because they're all different. Like for me, hazelnut latte, it didn't work. It smelled like instant pudding mix in my house. For her, she's been raving about it. So every nose is different. Get lots of opinions. And hopefully, get your list done. Make sure you do it by the end of the month because February 1st, no more Bring Back My Bars. And then we'll be talking about the dreaded discontinued list. That's a fun video to do. That's what I call it, when you get the list of things that are not going to be coming back for the spring, summer, and everything that's retiring for fall, winter. Now, what's retiring for fall, winter, if you're newer with Scentsy, doesn't mean that it might not come back next fall, winter. Like, don't freak out. But the problem is 10 of them won't, because you have to make room for the new releases, and they only hold a certain number of bars in the catalog roster every season. So that leaves us scrambling to figure out, what are they going to cut? For example, Cozy Cardigan. I'm going to club that. I like it too much to have it be the one that they give the axe next fall. And we won't know until September 1st. That's going to be a very long wait for me. I liked the August 1st. Not that I really wanted to melt that early. I just wanted to know that my fall winter bars were safe because that's where my emotional connection is. Spring, summer, the two that I'm the most happy that I put in my club are Atlantic Air and Cocoa Lime. I've got French Lavender in there, and I've got Squeeze the Day in for Gregory, and I could think a couple others. The only ones that I would be really sad about not coming back would be Atlantic Air and Cocoa Lime. But in the fall, I'm making preliminary lists, and I have like 16 bars that I should club. I cannot club that many. So I really got to think this through. What do I want to do? What do I want to gamble on? That's what February will be about. So finish your Bring Back My Bar evaluations. I've rambled a long time. And also today, my question of the week, if you actually waited through that whole ramble, was, what is your standout bar from the catalog 2022, the fall of 2022 into the winter of 2023? Because I would love to have some of those. Like, what's your top standout bar? And I guess if you're like me and you can't decide, you can give me 2 or 3. So that I might consider compiling a best of the fall winter catalog kind of a video early February or right at the end of January. So if you want to help me out with that, I'd appreciate it. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.